Hey, everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, guys. I hope everyone had a great weekend, safe, healthy, and relaxing. But we are here today to talk about a troubling situation that's been going on for over 2, 3 decades or longer. I'm gonna have to say words a different way because there's certain words we can't say on here. But mixed shrapling is real. It's real. So I have a couple of videos, some things I want to read to you, but just info. This is really informational purposes. I came across this video on Instagram, and I want to send a huge shout out to Orlando_nightmare. If you have time, go over and check out this brother's page on Instagram. It's Orlando, like the city, underscore nightmare. So, anywho, I was listening to this young lady's story. What she was telling, she's a victim, and I wanted to share this with you guys. But I want to go ahead and put my banners up for this is triggering, and this is also fair use commentary under the section of the Fair Use Act of 1976 under Section 107. So make sure you like this video, share this video, and let's get into it. Okay, let me go ahead and share this with you for you guys can hear it. Let me see how it looks. Let's see how it looks. Okay. I guess that looks okay. Let me let it start.
I want you to take real close attention and listen to this story.
My name is Ashley, and I am a human sex trafficking and rape victim, but I'm a survivor. Um, just to make it kind of short, I was coming home from work, well, getting off of work, thinking,
you worked where?
Red Lobster on Cannon Road. Coming home from work, going to the bus stop across the street, and I was kidnapped by 3 guys, thrown into the back of a van, drugged. When I woke up, was in a hotel. It was more guys, like a room full of guys at that point, though. Didn't know what happened. They beat me and raped me at first. And then it was a 15-year-old there with me. Yeah, her name was Julie. So they had kidnapped her and found her early on. So she was already being sex trafficked by them. They told me that if I didn't work for them, they were going to kill me. I was in that situation for 2 weeks till undercover detectives found me, and they found me because my parents put up a missing persons report up here. I was able to get to a phone one day, and because I didn't know where Julie was, like throughout that situation, a life or death situation, we made a bond like sisters because she was 15 and I was like older, so we tried to motivate each other through it. When they got to us, Julie was in the closet dead, overdosed from the medicine. Throughout that process, that's where I got like all these bruises and stuff from. Like they cut me here, tried to kill me here when they threw me in the shower, tried to cut the vein, but they just missed it. Like they burnt my hands. Long story short, just make sure you're aware of your surroundings, and be careful because still to this day, they haven't caught any of my attackers. We know who they are based off DNA from the rape crisis center, but they fled before police can get to them. So be careful, watch your surroundings, and don't trust anybody.
And that's her miracle baby right there.
I'm here. Single mommy. But it's worth it. I'm here.
God bless you. You are blessed. All right. We'll see you soon. God is watching over you. You got a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, I wanted you guys to hear that because one thing I want to make sure, and I don't want to see any of these comments because she was one of the lucky ones. As you can hear, the 15-year-old wasn't so lucky. And a lot of you guys are going to probably, or even not say, well, why is she smiling? Why she's talking that way? Sometimes people, and this is just my opinion, allegedly, sometimes people smile when they can't cry or when they can't laugh. So we just thank God that this young lady made it through. One person stated on here, thank you for sharing. I'm the one who rescued her along with law enforcement. So this person here clearly, oh, thank you so much. One person said, this is my worst fear for my daughter. Lord, please help catch all evil that is involved in these horrible things. One person said her spirit is beautiful. God bless her and her baby. Another person said a group of Black men tried to nap me when I was 16, and I don't know, a blank WT man. I don't know all these acronyms, so y'all can put it in the comments. A WT, because I haven't read this until I start reading with you guys. A WYT man tried to nap me and my little brother when I was 13. I'll never forget how frightening that was, especially for my little brother. I was frozen. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter your age, it really, let me go ahead and stop sharing. It really doesn't. Once again, a huge shout out to Orlando_nightmare. It really doesn't matter your age. Like I said, it really, really does not matter. So I want to read this to you guys. Let me go ahead and just bear with me. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, so let me go ahead and stroll up so you can read it. Excuse me. It says here, human smacking in 2025. The topic of human smacking lives a fire in the hearts of our readers. And I want to send a shout out to hearwomentalk.com. This is where I'm reusing the content, fair use content from hearwomentalk.com. I will put it in the link if you guys want to, because I'm not going to read all of this. I just want to take a couple of excerpts. So, anywho, it says 15 years later, the issue hasn't disappeared. It involves what smaffling looks like today. Today's smaffling are tech savvy. It says here they go social media, game platforms, and messaging apps are now common tools for grooming victims. Traffickers, smaffers may pose as romantic partners, recruiters, influencers, offering modeling gigs, traveling opportunities, or paying high-paying jobs. So you heard about the Indeed and all that stuff. LinkedIn, you guys have to be careful. I'm just reading a couple of things out of the inserts. It said they're not always strangers. One of the most disturbing shifts is how often smaffers are people the victims know: family, friends, classmates, workers. According to recent reports, over 40% of smaffler victims in the U.S. knew their smaffler personally. Labor smaffling is rising. So I'm gonna put that link down. I just wanted to, go over that with you guys. You guys can read that at your leisure, but I want to keep moving on. And I want to talk about what the CDC has to say. Once again, I'll put that link. I just want to give you guys a little bit of information. Let me make sure how it looks. Okay. It says here about sex trafficking. It says key points. Sex trafficking exploits people of all race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, citizenship status, and income levels. Learn to recognize the signs of sex trafficking prevention opportunities and know where to get help. So this just breaks down, and this was out of April the 9th, 2024, the cdc.gov. You can go on. I'm going to put the link for you can have it. You can read about what is sex trafficking, people at increased risk, prevention, and all of that nature. So, like I said, I'm just keeping it moving. I'm not going to stay on things too long. I want to send a shout out to Badgers Wired. Badgers Wire, where I got this reused content from. Let me go ahead and share it. Hold on. Okay. And it's a video. I want you guys to, let me pull it up a little bit more. Okay. It's from March. It was updated on March the 20th, 2019. But I was like, I'd like for you guys to listen to it. Let me open up the screen a little bit bigger. Okay. And I want you guys to hear. Shout out to Badgers Wire.
Sex trafficking is when someone is coerced into sexual activity for money against their will. This differs from prostitution, which is consensual by both parties. Sex trafficking laws state such coercion can come in many different forms, including the threat of physical abuse, the threat of legal action, and threatening to or withholding drugs from an addicted subject. The number of sex trafficking cases discovered through calls to the National Human Trafficking Hotline have more than doubled since 2012.
Okay, I just wanted you guys to take a look at that.
I want to tell you about our story
Hold
about
on.
ICE
I just-
detention, and particularly this group of individuals.
Stop. Okay, I just wanted you guys to take a look at that. And my last thing that I want you guys to take a look at before I give my commentary on here is the White House reports to Congress on 2025 trafficking in person. So let me go ahead and see how that looks. Okay. So it states here to report to Congress on 2025 trafficking in person interim assessment pursuant to the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. Let me go ahead and stroll up some more. Once again, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll have the link. You can go and read it in your leisure. Okay, let me see how this looks. Okay, so it states here at the top, right here. Let me see if you guys see it right there at the top. It says the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000, as amended, which is TVPA, requires the Secretary of State submits a list of countries that require special scrutiny to Congress and to provide an intern assessment of the progress made in combating trafficking in person by the countries on that list. The assessment briefly reports on government anti-trafficking activities in the first half of the report period, which the report is April the 1st through September the 30th. And let me tell you guys, this was put out February the 3rd, 2025. So this was put out this year. The annual trafficking in person report, which they call it TIP report, provides an in-depth description of the trafficking, I'll be wanting to say that word, I'm trying to catch myself, trafficking problem, each country or territory, and is analysis of government efforts to address trafficking. So what I'm going to do right here is this is the 2024 TIP report of 35 countries, and they met the criteria for special watch list as required by the TVPA. The special watch list consists of countries that either, number one, moved up by a tier from 2023 TIP report, or two, were ranked on the tier 2 watch list in 2024 TIP report. And it says, no, there were no countries in 2024 TIP report that were upgraded from Tier 3 to Tier 2 from previous years, such as the 2025 assessment includes only countries upgraded from Tier 2 to Tier 1 countries. Poland, Republic of Korea, and Suriname, and countries ranked on the Tier 2 watch list, remaining 32 countries. And these are the tiers. So I'm not going to read all of this. This is stating about the tier process. It just states the department placed each of the countries or territories on, including in the 2024 TIP report, on one or four categories. This placement reflects an evaluation of government actions to combat trafficking. Okay, so here are the tiers. You have tier 1, tier 2 watch list, tier 3, and you guys can read all of that, but here are some of the countries. So it has Africa, being however you said, uh however you say that one, Birkenau, Faseo, whatever. I listen, y'all already know I'm not good with names. Central Africa Republic, Chad, Congo Republic of the Republic of Congo, however you want to say it. So these are all the places in Africa. East Asia and Pacific, Fiji, Hong Kong, Republic of Korea, Los Marshall's Island. So this is a really, really good list. This is their watch list. These are different tiers. So these are telling you the different countries. But like I said, you want to watch because we have the issue right here in our own backyard. But I'm going to put this list up for you guys can read it in more thoroughly at your leisure. Like I said, don't charge it to my head. Don't charge it to my heart. Charge it to my head because I'm not good with names. But I just wanted to make sure you guys are well informed. This is my thing with this issue. At this time, there is no age. There's no sexuality. Everyone is at risk. Even infants. We see this. We have some people that I have no idea what's going on mentally or in their heart, spirit, and soul. But the best way for us to protect ourselves is to, yes, watch your surroundings. Watch, with me, if I don't care if I got something in my ear, whatever I'm doing, it could be in the daytime. I'm going into a store. I'm always watching. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. I came out of Walmart. I had one in Walmart, and Walmart only had what I specifically wanted. I couldn't go to another store, and it was a neighborhood Walmart, and it wasn't in the best because where the neighborhood Walmart is not in the best area. So I went to the neighborhood Walmart, and I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Hold on one. Okay, I apologize for that. I had a phone call. So what I was stating is that, for me, you just have to, watch everyone. But like I was stating, when I pulled up to the Walmart, I was turning everything off and I had to get myself together. So I noticed it was a car beside me, and one guy was sitting in the car, and the other guy it was dark, so came from somewhere. And when I got out, the one guy walked past me, got in the car, and you can feel somebody looking at you. So I'm like, okay. So when I went into the store, I just had to run in to get these particular buns that I like, these hoagie buns for my son's meatball sandwiches. So anywho, that was the closest Walmart to me. So when I came out, the car moved from by me and it moved on the opposite side. Like, how you when you're going through the parking lot, but it was in the same section, but just on diagonally across from me. So they're sitting there with their lights on. So that immediately threw up red flags for me. So they're sitting there and I'm looking at them and they're looking at me. And so I'm walking to my vehicle. And this is what you guys need to also do. If your vehicle's equipped this way, make sure that your vehicle always stay locked, even if you unlock your front door, past the driver door. Also, because if you have it set up and go in and program it that way, when you're getting out of your car, whatever, if somebody tries to jump in with you, all your other doors are locked. And you can set it up to your doors unlocked when the ignition is turned off. So if you're getting out, let's say you're getting out and you're going to the trash or whatever you're doing, no one can jump in that vehicle with you. So when I unlocked my vehicle, I immediately, when I opened it, I knew I was going to have to immediately lock the doors back. I knew it because if they tried to run in with me, they could only get to me by my driver door. They couldn't get into the other doors. So even if the ignition is turned off, once you unlock your door and you get in, you lock it again, it won't unlock until that's how mine is set up. But once I hurried up and got in the vehicle, they took off. So for me, you have to not only watch your surroundings, if you feel something's not right, go back into that store. Go back into that store and have an associate walk out with you. Make sure when you're driving home, watch you if you're having the same car drive follow you. Make sure you're going different routes when you go home. Make sure you're leaving different times when you leave. And just make sure, because it had these days there's no age, no color. They're taking people, unfortunately, for all different reasons. And it's not just about smaffing, it's about other things. Just I'm gonna do another story of 60 children were, and it was a long process, but over in Tampa, was it Tampa, Orlando? Anywho, 60 children were I wouldn't even say children victims, 60 children who were Mexican victims. They were, how can I say it? My mind went blank. They were found and, they captured the people. And get this, it wasn't just men, it was women involved. So I'm gonna do that story for you guys. I went on a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I just want you guys to understand. Don't ever say it couldn't happen to me. It wouldn't happen to me. You never know. You have no idea. There's no rhyme or reason. There is no rhyme or reason when it comes to these people and what they want. So all I can say is, I want you guys to pay attention to your surroundings, watch everything, and I like that. I like that. If you did not hit it on your way coming in, hit it on your way coming out, going out. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Turn off that notification bell. Turn it off. What the heck is wrong with me? Still on weekend brain. I am still on the weekend brain. Turn on the notification bell. You know what? Listen, y'all have no, and I'm not going back to edit this. This is raw and uncut. Rebrain is still on the weekend brain because, baby, I had a great weekend. I really did. My husband and I, sometimes we like to just drive and find new places and different things. But anywho, that's another video. Until next time, peace and soul and love. Peace, soul and love. Peace, soul and love.